As a PhD student, he was knee-deep in research, and I was working a regular job, so I'd drive up to him most weekends. Money was tight. We'd grab cheap tacos, lounge around, and just enjoy the simple stuff. His family was amazing, too. 2 sisters and a younger brother who welcomed me like one of their own. Instant bonds, laughter over family stories. It all felt so right. I even got tight with people in his academic circle. His advisor's wife, Mary, a warm mid-50s admin at the university, became like a mentor. We'd grab lunch when I visited, chatting about life, work, everything. Jake was a TA, so I met his students and peers, making friends quicker than he did. Life was good, or so I thought. Then, about 2 years in, everything shattered. We were in bed one lazy afternoon, tangled in sheets, my heart still racing from the intimacy, when out of nowhere Jake props himself up and says, "I've been noticing you've gained some weight. It's making it harder for me to be attracted to you." My stomach dropped. No concern for my health, no we in it. Just him, his shallow gaze, and how my body wasn't cutting it anymore. I felt the heat rise in my cheeks, a mix of shock and fury bubbling up. But even at 23, I wasn't about to crumble. I sat up, pulling the sheet around me like armor, and shot back, "Well, maybe you should stock better food than crackers and cheese for when I visit." I'd gained maybe 10 pounds, still a size 6 to 8, fitting my old clothes just fine. This wasn't about me, it was his crap. I didn't yell, didn't cry. I just asked calmly, "So, what's your solution?" He blinked, like a deer in headlights, and mumbled, "I guess you should try to lose weight." My blood boiled, but I kept it cool. "Nah, I'm not doing that. What are you going to do about it?" He shrugged. "Nothing, I guess. Just wanted you to know." I nodded, dressed, and we went to sleep like nothing happened. The next day, I drove home, the highway blurring through angry tears I finally let fall alone. We kept dating, awkwardly pushing through, but 3 months later, the axe fell. Jake called, over the phone, the coward, and said he wanted to break up after nearly 3 years. His reason? Get this. You don't know enough about science. He claimed he couldn't talk shop without dumbing it down, using common names instead of scientific ones. My mind reeled. "That's bullshit," I snapped. "What's the real reason?" He insisted it was true. A month later, he showed up to return my stuff, and I cornered him. Under pressure, he cracked. He'd been seeing Meg, one of his 19-year-old undergrad students. He was 26, her TA, grading her papers by day, sleeping with her by night. Rage exploded through me like fire. I screamed for him to get out. My roommate, bless her, threatened to toss him off our second-floor balcony. He bolted, and as the door slammed, the truth hit. Those weight comments? A pathetic ploy to make me dump him. I'd met Meg. She was sweet, but a size 18. Nothing wrong with that, but the hypocrisy stung. He just banged me at 1 a.m., then dropped that bomb, expecting, what? Me to storm off into the night and drive 95 miles home? His cowardice made my skin crawl. Heartbroken but furious, I emailed his roommates. Early 2000s style, no texts yet. Thanked them for being kind, explained the breakup. They confessed they knew about Meg and had forced his hand. Tell her or we will. That's when he fed me the science BS. One roommate, George, a super nice, cute guy, offered to help grab my leftover stuff. "Come up for the weekend," he said. "We'll hit the town, drink, have fun. All the stuff Jake was too cheap for." I grinned through the pain. Hell yes. I arrived. George snuck me in while Jake was out. But I wasn't just there for closure. While packing, I snapped photos of Jake's animals. I'd paid attention over the years. He had an endangered species from a rescue, no paperwork filed, no $25 fee paid because he didn't want the government in his business. Plus, an illegal-in-the-state critter in a tank by the window, visible from outside. Overcrowded breeding setups too. Click, click. Evidence captured on film. That night, George and I went out. Short dress, heels, laughter flowing with drinks. We stumbled back around midnight, me tipsy and giggling, George carrying me past Jake and Meg on the couch. I crashed in George's room, a total gentleman, but we hammed it up, him parading in boxers, us moaning and laughing loud enough to echo. Morning after, I sauntered out in my rumpled dress, messy hair, devouring a donut slowly while George kissed my head, beaming. Jake sneered, "You don't have to act like a whore." I smirked. "Have fun with my leftovers." Meg averted her eyes, shame written all over her face. But that petty show? Just the appetizer. Next day, photos developed. Film era. I called State Fish and Wildlife, reported the illegal animals, overcrowding, everything. Sent pics anonymously. Meanwhile, George clued me in. Jake wasn't popular. Peers hated his entitlement. George and the other roommate filed university complaints about the TA student affair and favoritism. We spread the word at bars. Cheater alert. Word flew through the small program. Jake's affair exposed. I called Mary, spilling about the cheating. Forwarded Jake's emails admitting it. She was livid, looped in her husband, Jake's advisor. Investigation launched. Weeks later, George called, ecstatic. Wildlife officials raided. Confiscated everything but guppies. Meg, clueless, claimed all legal and Jake's. Cleared the roommates. They got a warrant, tore through Jake's stuff. One animal in the yard implied a neighbor tip-off, but they spotted the illegal one through the window. Jake's world crumbled. His fresh EPA grant? I called them, reported the investigation. Boom! Grant revoked, $30,000 restitution. No more federal funding ever. State fines, $15,000. Lost breeding stock worth thousands. Animals rehomed, including the endangered ones, to a nature center I'd visit for years, smirking. University axed his scholarship, fired him as TA. He scraped a master's with daddy's money, no PhD. Meg dropped sciences, became an accountant. They married, had kids. Jake bred animals again, but his rep was toast. I emailed his sisters, missing them. They revealed Jake lied, said I dumped him over distance. I forwarded his confession emails, cheating, calling me dumb and fat. Family drama erupted. Years passed. I got my master's in science communication, helping experts explain to lay people like me. Ironic, right? Thrived. Speaking gigs, travel, working with docs, museums, governments. Stayed friends with his siblings. Marry like an aunt. Fast forward 20 years. I'm lecturing at a major university, 250 students, guest spot in sciences. Mingling post-talk, a voice. Hey, OP, long time no see. Jake. My heart skipped, but I played it cool. Blank stare. Sorry, have we met? He faltered. It's me, Jake. I feigned confusion, then gasped. Oh, Jake. Guess I blocked you out. Dodged his hug, moved on, seeing him in the audience while I shone. Priceless. At dinner with faculty, they mentioned Jake's interview for a teaching job, likely hire. I scoffed, spilled, the affair, lost PhD, everything. Their faces, alarmed. We'll look into it. Weeks ago, Mary called. Background check unearthed old files, firing, complaints, even expunged arrest for animals. Job, gone. Jake's fresh start, nuked, all from truths resurfacing. Wrap up. Sometimes the universe delivers karma with a nudge. Jake's downfall? His own flaws boomeranging. Lesson. If someone attacks your worth, it's their issue, not yours. Check their shadows, and remember, true revenge is truth, served cold. Whew, what a ride! Betrayal to triumph. If this story fired you up or gave you that satisfying chill, smash like, drop a comment. What's your wildest revenge tale? Subscribe for more Reddit epics, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.